Hi everyone, this is the Extreme Hills tournament. About a week late with this. We're just about to start a 9-hole cup. Sorry I didn't put this content out during the tournament, but it doesn't look like anybody missed it, as nobody sent me a message or anything. But I was pretty busy during the week there, but I want to put out the content anyways for future tournaments. And this tournament was also played, from what I could see in my past history, during the fall major, which was the Eagle Peak tournaments. We had the Eagle Peak course in the fall major, and also during this tournament was the Grunberg slopes. That was played during a Christmas tournament. So if you want to look up at that, during the fall major tournament and Christmas tournament, those exact holes were played during this tournament, the Extreme Hills. So let's get started and see how I played these. I played these a little bit differently than the Eagle Peak fall major tournament and the Christmas tournament. I always like to play them a little bit different during other tournaments, just so I got a variety of different ways to play the holes, because there's always going to be different winds and stuff like that. So if a guy can approach the hole from a different angle and stuff, you might be able to find something. So that's why I decided to try different things during this tournament. Didn't turn out too bad, so let's get started. Hole number 1 here. Alright, this is hole number 1. It's a par 4, and I played this hole a different way than I played it in the previous tournaments. During the fall major, I played it going down the right hand side, but I decided to play this the same way I played my pro division and my expert division. I decided to play it down the left hand side, but I discovered a few things while playing it, so I want to show you what I discovered. So with shot number 1, basically played this the same way as, like I mentioned, pro and expert, and it's basically just shooting towards those 2 sand traps there, just down the middle, and you want to land the ball somewhere in between the center of it. And how I did that is, I believe I played this with 10% elevation. Actually, I got written down here 20%. Navigator, 20% elevation, 1 backspin in between the bunkers. So I got it somewhere around the 6-yard marker to start with, it looks like, with an extra mile 7.
Perfect shot.
So basically you want to get it about 3/4 of the way up that hill. Shoot it up there to roll back just a little bit. So the thing to remember for your second shot here is we're going to play the second shot at 15%, so plus 15% downhill shot. And the reason we went with a navigator, because it cuts down the wind. And it doesn't matter where the first shot ends up, you're always going to play the second shot at maximum distance. So it's going to be maximum distance of your sniper, and you're playing it at 15% elevation. And again, I'm going to play this with the same way we played pro and expert. The thing is, this is what I discovered with this hole, is we got a sniper 7, and it doesn't have enough of a backspin. So this shot I really don't advise to play unless you have a sniper 8 or higher. Sniper 7 or lower, there ain't enough backspin in it, but I thought I'd give it a try anyways. Like I said, I discovered it. Like you can see, it's really glitchy ball guide, plus where it ends up on top of the green is way too high. We want it much lower than that, so you want to go maximum backspin with a sniper 8 or higher. You want to go maximum backspin, and you can see what we're doing with the ball guide. We're trying to approach this flag from the left or right hand side, because you can see the wind's going from east to west. So basically we want to be on the east side of that flag, so we get that wind to push it. And you can see what happens here. We got too much momentum coming down this hill, not enough to slow it down. So if it would have been slower, it would have went in, but the speed of it rolls it around the cup. So, like I said, it is a different way that I played the fall major. Fall major, I went from the right-hand side, and I just went with about 4 or 5 backspin and went straight at the hole. But I know this is a very good way to play this hole with pro and expert, and I still think it's a good way to play it. If you play 15% max distance, and if you have a sniper 8 or higher, it's a good way to play this hole. But I thought I'd show it to you. That's hole number 1. Okay, this is hole number 2. It's a par 3. It's the Eagle Peak. This also can be found on my fall major tournament. And we played this a little bit differently. I know I played this with a Quasar, I believe, in the fall major, but kind of going for it during this tournament. So I pulled out a Katana. And what I'm looking for here is the bounce on the green. The third bounce. It's in the corner part of that square. You might have to replay this to see it. And the red's touching the rough here. And we played this with about 0.5 to 0.7 topspin. I would go with 0.7 to 0.8. And we played this at 10%. And I also played this at minimum distance of the club. So once again, look for the third bounce on the green. And look to have the red touch in the rough. With this particular wind, like it might not work the next time we play this tournament, but still going to put it out there because we'll get it sooner or later. About 0.8 top, full right, looking for that bounce on the green. And when you pull it back, you'll see it kind of dip in there. Well, it doesn't show you on the replay, but red touch in the rough, that's basically the starting point. And this is played at min distance, is the way I played it. And you look for just a hair of curl, I believe I put on this, because I found I was missing, kept missing to the left no matter what I did. So I just give it just a hair of curl, you can see there, just a hair, just to get it lifting off of the arrow there. And that's enough to get us a hole on 1 there, so. That's hole number 2. Thanks for watching that. Let's see you on hole 3. Alright, welcome back. Hole number 3, par 5. I basically played this, this hole here is the Grunberg slopes. Also played on the Christmas tournament. So I played this very similar to that, I believe. I tried playing this from the right hand side. I couldn't get a great angle at the flag, so I decided to go left hand side here. And basically I'm not doing any adjustment for the wind. I'm letting the wind push it because naturally you can tell the wind's going in that direction. So I didn't see any need to adjust the target. Like, what's the sense in pulling it back when you got plenty of fairway in the front there? But if you did adjust it, it's played at 10% elevation. So I just went 1 top, 2 right, basically having the yellow touch in the rough. You can see, so we got that same starting point all the time, just letting the wind carry it, the ball. Hitting perfect. And you could mark down the yardage if you want, just so you know your min, mid, and max distance for your second shot. 343. So that'll set you up for a second shot here. Now this is a second shot. I didn't have too much success with this. Well, only reason being is because they don't allow me to zoom in my target. My eyesight ain't that great, and I'd like to be able to line that the guide up with the hole or to the right of the hole, because you can see we got the angle of the wind here, and you're going to get a wind push. So I find if you line that up with the hole, you're going to miss to the left. So I like to line the guide up just to the right of the hole with this particular shot. And like I said, we can't zoom in that great with this. The program won't allow it. So we just got to kind of look at it the best we can. And I adjusted this at 30% elevation.
Perfect shot.
Ball guide just to the right of the hole. And you can see we still missed to the left. So next time I'd probably move it just a little bit more to the right. Now I'm going to show you a shot from a different angle, how I played it, different spin. Okay, here's a look at the shot. I played the second shot from on the back nine. I figured I'd go at it with putting left spin on the ball here instead, going full left. I actually went 3 bars left, but I probably should have went full left. Yeah, I did go full left. And I figured we'd go straight at it this way. Because there is a funnel on this green, and I believe it's from this angle here. So we're kind of putting it a little bit to the right again. You can see the ball guide, it looks like to me. We're going just to the right of the hole just a little bit again. Also played this at 30% elevation. Problem with this one is we great balled it to the left, or great balled it to the right here. So this one should go quite a bit to the right. And it does. So that might be a good angle and it might be a good spin. Problem is we great balled it, so. But I'll probably play this way the next time we play the tournament. And the elevation might change depending on the wind and the angle of the wind. But it's a good starting point. So that's hole 3. Welcome back, hole number 4, par 3. I got pretty frustrated with this hole here. This is a Grunberg slopes. I believe I had success with this during the Christmas tournament. But during this tournament, I don't believe I got a hole on one. So I tried everything. I tried 20% elevation, plus 20%. I tried plus 25%. I tried plus 30%. I tried going 1 top spin. I tried half a top spin. I tried a quarter top spin. I tried no top spin. I tried quasar ball. I tried katana ball. I basically tried everything and nothing seemed to have worked. So, like I said, this one here, I believe we went 30% elevation probably. Mid distance of the club. Like I said, I went mid, I went max, I tried between mid, I tried everything. Had no success with it, but very, very touchy. And you can see we're playing just to the left edge of the cup here because we're going to have a wind push. And you might have to take a look at my rings just to see exactly the percentage that I went here on the elevation, because I tried so many different ones, like I said. This could have been 30% mid-distance.
Perfect shot.
And you can see this is a sniper 7, so we fell short. It kind of slowed down before it got to the hole, so it started to pull it to the right of the hole. So maybe if we had a half a top spin with a sniper 7, it might have made a difference there. So that'll have to be debated during the next tournament. But I could show you how I played this on the back 9 here, just real quick. Alright, like I said, I played that rough bump I don't know how many times, a lot of different times, and I had no success with it. So this was my very last attempt playing the hole. So I figured, heck with this, I'm just going to pull out a marlin, just go straight at the cup, and whatever happens, happens, because I was pretty frustrated with that rough bump there. It should be, almost a gimme a rough bump there from that close, but it wasn't. So I figured I'd finally go with this sniper here, and I wasn't even sure with the elevation with this one here. But it looked like we were lined up really nice with the cup, everything else. And I'm not even sure what I went with here. Might have went with 20% elevation or something. But it was a last ditch effort to try to make a go of it. But I believe the rough bump was so inconsistent that this might be a good way to play this next time I play this tournament. You see we missed to the right, so something wasn't right with the elevation there or something. But like I said, there's all kinds of different ways to play this hole here. So let's go to hole 5. Alright, this is hole 5, par 4. This is a Eagle Peak hole. This was played during the fall major. I believe I played this the same way I played in the fall major. I believe we're aiming at the leaf there just to the left of the tree. We're going full top, full right, power 3 ball. And basically there's a leaf there, but it's not showing yet during this replay. On the right hand side. And we're going with a half a ball curl. Full over power. I believe we have the same angle we had during that tournament as well. And I'll put you really nicely right on the fringe where you can go just straight right at the cup. There for an eagle. And if you want to play an elevation on that second shot, you can play it plus 10%. And that's it. The first 5 holes. Let's get the next 4.